Hello, Jesse here, bringing you something that I found online. Apparently, a guy by the name of Gabriel Zeifman, an air traffic controller and private pilot, made 3 trips near the one secret base of Area 51 in November of 2019. He had to ask permission from Nellis Air Force Base to fly over the test range in restricted airspace to continue his flight to Henderson Executive Airport. They gave him permission and he flew along the boundary, saying what he saw was pretty awesome. So on his next flight is what I'm guessing he took a GoPro and an extra camera to take some photos of the area. Here you can see his GoPro footage as he approaches the base. But what I'm really here to show you are his photos. So let's go ahead and start. All right, let's look at this photo. You can see here it's a base in the middle of nowhere, really. Lots of desert. You see some roads coming down. I'm coming across there. In the middle, there seems to be a runway, I'm guessing. Let's go ahead and zoom in. See these structures here, these buildings. Very small buildings there, or normal size ones. And over here on this side, some more buildings, which seem to be kind of scattered. They're not very orderly. Kind of makes me feel like maybe they're mobile. It just doesn't seem very structured. Kind of looks like a trailer park, you know, like a really large trailer park. I know it's not a trailer park, but you know, kind of looks like it. That's a cylindrical UFO. Just kidding, it's not. I'm guessing it's a vehicle. Let's look over here on this side. More roads, and look right there. Another cylindrical UFO. Just kidding, it's obviously a semi-truck, which I'm guessing is the same thing as this over here. About the same size, just a different angle. Sun's hitting it differently. Coming down that space there. Let's look up here. Zoom in a little bit. Large building on that side. Let's come over to this hangar area. There's a hangar that's open. You can't really see anything in there with this picture. There's another one that's closed. And then some other, I'm guessing, I'm going to call them hangars, open hangars. I'm not really sure what the right terminology is right there. And over here on this side, God knows what they've sheltered at one point or another. Up here, looking close to this mountain, comes a road down the way to reach the base. If we look further, again, I think this is a large runway. Over here on this side, there's some isolated buildings. I'm not sure why they'd have to be so far away from the rest of the base, but they are. There's some more buildings over here on the left side. You can kind of see. It's an interesting photo. Let's look at another one. All right, now here's another angle of that last photograph. Let's zoom in down here. See what we have. Those are some open hangars. We got a road coming down. Again, we've kind of seen this, but it's a little bit of a better, let's take another angle of it. You got your hangars, more buildings. That's a large building, smaller ones. These are, you know, I think they're hangars on that side. A road. You can see the semi there, so you can kind of have perspective for the size of the structures around here. If we zoom into these hangars, trying to see something in there, maybe we have some kind of flying disc in there or something, but no, there's nothing in there. No special aircraft or anything of the sort. Let's look over here to see if we find anything odd. Everything's open, everything's empty. Over here, open and empty. And here in this hangar, like I said, there's that line coming down the middle, and there's actually, I think there's something in there. You know, I don't want to say that's the floor because it doesn't seem to have the right angle for it to be the floor. But we'll come back to it. We'll come back to it and investigate. Let's look around a little more. Look over here on this side. You can see some cars in the distance. It helps you gauge the size of its surroundings. Large building over there. More buildings on this side. See the road coming down the mountain. couple of access roads to access the base. There's one over there in the distance. That's a tall structure over there. Now let's zoom into this area here where the hangar door is open, and let's see if we can get any kind of detail out of this. Now again, in photos like this, you know, you see in the movies where some special agency gets a blurry photo and they run it through some sophisticated software and it produces a high definition image. But in my experience with, I guess, civilian software, let's call it, that's kind of impossible. What I think those movies are depicting is, you know, they're getting an image that is low quality, but there's actually a high quality image available. In this particular instance with these photographs, the only thing available are low quality images. Let's go ahead and zoom in and see if we can get any kind of detail out of this by adjusting the brightness and the contrast of the image. See, there seems to be something there, but I wish I could say that it looks like an airplane or, hey, something saucer-like, right? But hey, I can't really tell what it is. I mean, if you can, please let us know in the comments down below. Maybe you've seen something, an aircraft or some kind of vehicle that fits the description of this image, but I can't tell what it is. All right, well, in this picture, you can tell it's a different part of the base. It's doesn't look like anything we've seen in the other photographs. It's in the middle of the mountains again. All of this stuff is in the middle of the mountains. Large, what I think are runways, roads, some buildings over here, a row of buildings, another large, long building on this side. Let's pan this way. More buildings. And this is what I found interesting right here. All these little structures that you see in the middle, I'm not really sure if they're buildings or if they're tanks or what they are, but there's a whole lot of them, and they seem to be well organized there. They're put there for an obvious purpose. I wonder what they are. Looking this way, if you know what they are, hey, let us know in the comments down below. Tower on that side, a few more buildings, nothing really to see. Oh, look at this over here, some little isolated station. Or is that a hangar? Could be a hangar. No, I don't think so. God knows what it is. Still very interesting. Something over here by itself. Again, not sure what it is. If anybody knows, please let us know. And that's basically it. Interesting photo. I mean, you know, you hear about these places and you wonder what they look like, and this is what they look like, at least from far away. All right, now let's look at this picture from far away. It's a picture taken from very far away. Let's zoom in on some of these structures here. These seem to be those open hangars we spoke about earlier. They're different ones than the ones we were looking at. And down here are more. This, I'm not sure, this might be a totally different area of the base, because those open hangars over there are different than the ones we saw in the other picture. Look this way, there seems to be a tower right there, right in the middle. More buildings. There's more trees around this one. There's a road coming down that way. We look over here, there seems to be I think that's a runway. Over here there's a road. Looking up here, there seems to be another road coming down. You really can't tell much. It's a photo from very far away. If you zoom in, you know, everything's pixelated, but it's still interesting. It gives you an idea of what they have out there. And lastly, let's look at this photo. It's seems to be some facility in the middle of the mountains, you know, probably apart from the base. All these little structures here, I thought were containers, but I think they're little buildings. You know what, I'm not really quite sure, but I see doors on some of these. Over here towards the middle, you can see kind of there's doors on that one, so they might be buildings. Maybe they're housing facility. Maybe it's a housing facility. Some structures here. Let's look this way. It seems to be a tower right there. Other buildings. You can't really see anything out of the ordinary. Well, you know, this is out of the ordinary, of course, but nothing that would indicate special projects or anything. At least not from this perspective. There's some different color patches of ground over there on this side. Mountains. Again, facility right in the middle of the mountains. Interesting. So that's basically it. What do you guys think? To me, when I see these photos, my mind goes racing into the thought of things that might have been stored at this particular location. Everything from secret aircraft to top fighter jets to maybe even a UFO, you never know. So I look at these buildings and I start thinking to myself, so which one of these buildings holds the secret entrance to the underground facility where they keep all the aliens? I mean, a guy can dream, right? The hangars remind me of Bob Lazar's story, where he says that he once walked on a different base, of course, and saw that they had the hangar doors open, where he was able to see up to 9 UFOs of different shapes and sizes. And looking at these photos, you can kind of get a visual of where he was or what he was doing, even if it was at a different secret facility. This is the stuff I'd love to see, to research, and I hope you guys do too. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I think we can all agree that we all love the UFOs. See you next time.